now. And welcome officially, session number 4, BoldTrail Pro. Thank you for your efforts thus far. My name is Brett Kay, product trainer with Inside Real Estate, and we're pleased and truly feel privileged to be our technology partner here. And today we're focused on really how to drive people to your website, because when it comes to lead generation, that's the goal. How are we getting leads? Well, you're posting properties, listings, lists of properties. How much is your home worth through social media? Driving them to your website, which you all have, which we have learned about how it's IDX enabled and accurate and safe and all these things. And then it does what it does. It captures lead. But the features that we're going to be using to drive traffic there are already on your website. We just have a way to quickly get them there. So this is our focus. So we're going to take a peek, get a little bit even more familiar with our website. How do I get them there through social media? Let's us not forget the Open House app. Okay, it's a great way to get leads in the system, even if you don't have one. Go volunteer to run one. It's an easy way to start getting leads in the system at no cost. So if you haven't yet, I mean, hopefully in, what was it, session 2, we did a test, signed up on our website. We, did the sell feature, the valuation, average estimate on home value. We did a search for our area, and we explored the market report. This is what hopefully we have done up to this point. As a reminder, and I hope you don't mind, I'm going to transition between the slide deck and the platform so you can see it for real. When you're in the platform, just remember you can find your website real quickly by clicking in the upper right from any screen on your avatar. Hopefully you've uploaded your picture at this point, and it's going to be the third choice down. Should be, yourname.thumbprint.com, Thumbprint Realty. Okay, that's going to be the fastest way to pop open the website. So what are we doing here? Okay, what options do I have? Before we get into this, I want to preface this discussion a couple best practices to consider. You got to be consistent. You got to post every day. You get coffee every day, you check your email every day, you follow up with your clients every day, and all the other things that you do related to your business. Well, you got to give people a reason to go to your website. You need to post every day, because you're either paying someone to do it, you're doing it for free. When you pay someone to do it, they do it every day. And guess what? You don't get leads every day. It doesn't work like that. We need to consider our efforts on, at the very minimum, a monthly type of situation. What has happened over the past 30 days of me posting to multiple social media platforms every day. Now, are you going to get it every day? No, of course not. I know, life gets in the way and whatnot, but I'd recommend to make it a recurring event on your calendar so that it pops up every day. Time block that space. 5-10 minutes. You have 5-10 minutes you can put forth, to give people a reason to go to your website. And I keep saying that, and let's put it in perspective. They don't have to go to your website to go get listings. You know it, and I know it, right? Yeah, you have access to that. Your website has a lot of great features, but it's unlikely when someone Googles homes for sale in Boston that you're going to be one of the first 3. I mean, it's not impossible, but I mean, you all know this, right? Just reminding expectation-wise the challenges and, just what we have ahead of us. Doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means we get to work. That's all. The place we're going to start first is going to be if you have a little more money, because that's really how the conversation comes. We're going to explore in our lead engine that's in the platform, landing pages, squeeze pages, and text codes. Playbooks, which you also all have, great way to generate leads for free. If you don't have a listing, if you get permission from the listing agent, you can use this tool, promote it on social media, drive leads to your website. And if it is your listing, it's super easy to promote your listing with a few clicks. So it's all automated. So we'll start with the marketplace because really here, these are our options. I've spoken with agents before, getting feedback on the system, let's say. What'd you think? Challenges, what worked? What could we do better? I was like, well, I liked it, but it didn't generate leads. Like, what do you mean? Well, I didn't get any leads from the system. Like, well, were you paying for leads? No. Were you getting leads from the office? You get the idea. And they had thought that the system just would start generating leads for them magically, and it doesn't. It'll help you capture them. It'll help automate the nurture process. It gives you tools to make that much easier to do, but you still got to do something, as you all know, right? So hopefully you can incorporate the free lead gen kind of strategy and mindset into your daily. The things that we're going to create today, you only have to create once. At a high level, for example, let's say, Brett, why should I go to your website today? Maybe I like to position it as my property pick of the day. Property picks of the day, opportunities, however you want to position that. Like, this is why these are the 5 most interesting just listed properties in Boston, Massachusetts, instead of here's all just listed properties in Boston, for example. Paid, let's get into that. Let's just get it out of the way. In the marketplace, when you navigate on your left menu, marketplace, not to be confused with marketing, marketplace. If you want to spend a few bucks, this is a good place to explore. See if it makes sense for you. You do not have to go through us to get leads. In our lead engine, as we'll see, we have a tool that you can connect to your own third-party leads, meaning anybody. So maybe I'm getting leads from X already. I want to get them into the system and leverage the technology. Well, then I'll go through the lead engine to do that. So just keep it in mind. You're not beholden to going through us. Whatever makes sense. This is easier. One less thing you got to do. But yeah, I would have to recommend Property Boost. If I was to recommend any of these to you, all these programs, while I am hearing incredible feedback from people that are using them, they do require some in monthly investment and a commitment over time, usually of 6 months, right? Property Boost is I can just boost one individual property. And typically, and you have a few variations, I can do a 3-day boost, a week-long boost, 2 weeks, or a month. You get about 10 to 12 leads for a 3-day boost for about 70 bucks. So keep it in mind. Now, if you don't have a listing, get permission, and you can do this too. Hey, Brett, you mind if I advertise your listing, bring some buyers? You say, yay, I can come in here and just do exactly what I told you. In about 2 days, 1 to 2 days, you'll start having some leads flow in. But expectation-wise, let's remember a few things. Just because you got a lead, that doesn't mean that they're going to buy our list. It means they were interested in something. So remember lead expectation. I think this is important for all of us to keep in mind. It's not a bad lead just because they're just browsing right now, right? It's just not ready yet lead. The more of those that you have that you nurture, that's when you can start closing the type of business you most likely want to close. So keep these things in mind. So if I came to my listings on the left menu, this is where, my MLS lives, basically. And I wanted to, and I thought this $3 million house was a great opportunity here I wanted to bring some buyers to. It'd be as easy as clicking on the property, reaching out to Mission Realty advisors, getting permission, boost the property, and I could be done in about 5 minutes. You can target 2 areas, you can target 2 states, you can increase target radius. So when you're thinking about best use of your dollars, if you got about 70 bucks for a 3-day boost, and then it goes up from there, it doubles for the 2-week, and then for the month long. It could be a just sold cycle, of just listed, reduced type of situation. So if you want to spend a few bucks, this is a pretty good tool. Great way to start getting fresh leads in the system. Let's hope that you've already imported your leads per our discussions in the first 3 sessions. let's navigate over on the left. Let's find the button that says More. Let's hover, and let's select Playbooks. Playbooks. So go find More, hover, Playbooks, go. Pause for questions. Everyone doing okay? Following along so far? You got an idea of your options? That's the hope. Okay. Just go to the marketplace if you want to. Regardless if you do or you don't, this is what I'm hoping you will do regardless. So in here right now, we really have two main playbooks for you, more to come later. One designed for your sphere of influence. You know, you've imported all your people. Have you properly categorized them? Okay, great. How are you staying top of mind? You know, that becomes a bit of a trick, right? Well, they're not actively looking. I sold them a house, or they're just a friend, or whatever. Anyway, I encourage you to explore that. But right now, we're going to focus on promote a listing. And I'm going to open the playbook. If I have a listing over here on the left, it will already automatically populate, and you can just start clicking away to promote it, advertise it, follow up with it, any lead efforts that you may get. Now, can you use this if you don't have a listing? You can. You could come down to Thumbprint's listings. These are all your colleagues. Get permission, and you could use this tool. And they can use it too. I mean, to promote their own listing, just to be fair, but you know, hey. So I start promoting, just as a quick example, give you a high-level overview. Here on the left, these are my workflow automation plays. There's 7 of them. I can skip any of them. I can get a quick links to this listing. Always best practice to add your client to the system, because we'll send them a report of how many people have viewed that listing on your website. And if you're doing this, people will have viewed your listing. You know, so anyway, it makes you look good. So anyway, you can announce the listing. If it was my listing, then, you know, we write an email for you type of thing. It'll reverse prospect your CRM if you had anybody already on a property search alert that matched the price and area of this particular listing. And we wrote a text and an email you could send out to them right away. And when you see these, if you didn't know, it's pulling the lead's first name, so there's nothing for you to do here. It doesn't look great here, but it will on the other side. We create a text code for you. Text this code to this number. You all have a smart number. You see this listing on your phone, you just did lead capture, could be a sign writer. Now we can create our own text codes, which we're going to do here in a bit, but I'm just letting you all know that in Playbooks, for all your office/brokerage listings, it's already done. And if it's your listing, it's done for you. If it's not your listing, get permission. Maybe you can, bring some buyers. You'll have a quick, easy option if you wanted to boost it and pay a few bucks. That's the property boost. I'm going to land on digital promotion. We're going to transition now to, let's just call it free lead gen. That's what we're doing here. Effort-driven lead gen, you might say. In the chat. Angie, thanks for that. If you didn't see that in the chat, Angie shares that everyone should see their transferred leads from PB Property Boost and the new BoldTrail Pro account by this time. Cool, sweet. All right, thank you. So, playbook's done for you. Let's see what they are. Squeeze pages, landing pages at a high level, and then we're going to go build some. And I'm going to challenge you all to do that today. And we're just really doing one thing today, if you think about it. Learning how to post ads using this platform on social media to drive them to my website so I can get leads. That's what we're doing. And also understanding, if I did want to pay, well, what do you think's good for me? So now hopefully you have some ideas. Okay, so squeeze page, landing page. What's the difference? Which one should I use? There are different capture strategies. Ultimately, the destination is the same. This listing in Locust Grove, Georgia. Okay, it's going to be my website. And these are different ways to get them there through social media. You'll notice the Facebook icon underneath here on the right, underneath squeeze page. You'll notice the Twitter. You'll notice the Pinterest. You'll say, where is the Instagram? Instagram does not allow auto posting. Now, does it mean I couldn't put this link somewhere in Instagram story or something and it would still direct to your website, and your website would then still lead capture. That's true, but it just doesn't create the ad as you're about to see, like automatically. So keep it in mind. So let's just take a peek at what it is. So I'm just going to copy this link, a squeeze page link, before I post, just so you can see it. I think this always helped me. So I'm just going to paste that link into a new blank, browser window and hit enter just to see what it is. So it's that listing, the one we were just looking at on my website. Cool. All right. Correct. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So then my next step would be to post it. So back to the platform, I literally would just click that Facebook icon. It's going to build a quick ad for me. And you just need to put in a good call to action on why they should, click there, for example. So there it is. You saw how long that took. That was less than like 7 seconds. So this is a clickable image now. And you might say, well, wait, how does it know like which Facebook account, et cetera? Number one, you should be posting to your business account in all cases. Doesn't mean it's illegal to go to your personal, but that is, Facebook does not like you doing business related activities to your personal account. So what that means is when you log in, it's going to say, well, what's your Facebook account? You're going to put in your credentials. You can't access your business account until you have a personal account. They're connected. But before I show you that, so I just created the ad and I would say, I don't know, something interesting, I hope. Check out my, new listing or this new listing. It's, great because this reason. You tell me. You know, I would always encourage to, tell them, click on the home below to get the details or whatever. Because I don't want to put a link up here that they have to copy. You're just not going to get very good lead capture. You just want, get the details, however you want to position that. I post, they click, they come here. You don't get a lead until when? Why? They click twice. A squeeze page link is just a link to your website. The website will do its lead capture function, which is usually 2. Now you can change this, but I encourage you to not even go down that rabbit hole right now. We are telling you 2 is the absolute best for maximum volume. So until you reach a point where you know what I mean, you say, well, I want to give them 5 or I want to give them 3, just stop, please. Let's just focus and, focus on getting people here first before you changing that up. Fair? So I click once, I click twice, and then I'm going to get prompted to log in. That's when you got a lead. Okay? Squeeze page link. Playbooks, done for you. Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Landing page, copy link. Let's do the same thing so you can see it. Okay, so what is a landing page? Well, here it is. Created for you. Now you can create these all day long on your own, as you'll see. Lots of options. You're like, well, what do I do? What kind? We'll explore some ideas. But the idea here is the destination is exactly the same, Locust Grove, Georgia, but you got to give me your email first to see it. See the difference? So they're both will do the same thing. Like when I show you this and I'll post it, it will look identical. But when they click on that, they're going to land here. They'll get the write-up, that was in your listing or the listing. It was charming 2-story home was nestled in the highly sought after community of Bunn Farms in Locust Grove, Georgia, etc. Right? 2 different ways to capture. Should try both. See which one works best in your market. They're done for you with playbooks, easy enough to build on your own. And once you build one of these, check out one I built for my market. Stand by. This is an example of anything goes. Right? That was one of my property picks of the day. And I used these tools and I created this years ago, and it's always going to be good because why? Because your website will always update as your MLS updates. So if there's 0, then they would see 0. If there were 4 avocado properties per my search, then there'd be 4. And don't limit yourself to the buy side. Here's something I did. Now, this took a little extra work, but nothing beyond any of us to do. And like some kind of coding or anything. I just wrote a couple emails and Once they filled this out, I start sending them emails for a few days, 7 days. Ideas to think about. You can be very simple, have a little fun. Playbooks done for you. We're going to transition now and go do it ourselves. I will show you one more thing. I rarely show this one, but I feel inclined. Craigslist. You have a Craigslist auto poster. It's often overlooked. You know, it gets bad rap and maybe deservedly so. But I mean, is Facebook really safer than Craigslist nowadays? I don't know. But point is, why not get the listing out there too? We have an Craigslist auto poster. You will have to download a quick little extension for your Chrome browser. It's safe, it's free, it takes 2 seconds. Once you do that, then I can do this. I create this quick code. I post to Craigslist. Depending on your area, we have some unincorporated areas. I'm in North County, so I might pick that. Now my hand's off the laptop, building me a quick ad. I'm ready to post. Unpublished, I can review it. It's already pulling, and this will come to me. There's nothing I need to do here. So, neat stuff to explore, right? You saw how long that took. What do you have to lose? Now we're going to leave playbooks. If there are questions, please put them in the chat. And we're going to navigate over to, guessed it, lead engine. Left-hand side, and you see that funnel, it makes sense. You know, lead funnel, I'm getting people into the system. I'm nurturing them, working them towards a transaction. From here, there's that property boost again. If it says get more leads, that'll bring you back over to your marketplace. We're going to focus on landing, squeeze pages, and text codes. This is where you import your leads. If you haven't yet, just get them in a spreadsheet format, and then we'll walk you through the steps. Lead Dropbox is the tool I mentioned if you wanted to connect third-party leads. It doesn't cost you to connect them. I mean, you're going to have to do it, though, and we have resources. You know, you have these specific keys to connect other lead sources, my point being. So import here, connect here, but also generate here. Are you ready? Sure, Vixen. This is probably a good time as any. I'm just reading this, folks, in the chat. So y'all have a paid Facebook lead ad campaign running, if I understand this. And Kelly, probably my boss, that it might be using Zapier to sync with BoldTrail. However, we're not sure about the details. Vixen, this might be, in my opinion, better for you and I to take offline because I don't want to distract anyone from that, but that's easy enough, I think, to check out. But I will talk at least to a high level of what you're talking about, I think could be helpful if you don't mind. Okay, sweet. Let me just take a few notes here if you don't mind, Vixen. Stand by, go top off your coffee, folks. Give me a minute here. Okay. We can do this, yes. Yep, got it. I still have to write stuff down, friends. Okay. So what's being discussed here is we're in lead engine, and I'm going to find lead Dropbox. And I'm going to start now. Don't worry, it isn't going too deep, but you heard what, you know, Vixen just said, right? So I'm out there, I'm buying my own Facebook ads, so that's different than what I'm showing you. Like this is free posting. I'm not paying anyone to do that. Now the concept's the same, but truly they're seeing the consumer. I mean, if they're your friend or follower, you're not targeting people that you don't know. Now, could someone share that? Hopefully they do, and exponential, that's how it works. But when you're paying ads, you're targeting people you don't know, okay? I mean, that's why you're paying for it. So that being an option, or one of the reasons anyway, in your own, if you go to Lead Engine and then you go to Lead Dropbox, see, Vixen, this can be done at an office level, but it can also be done at an agent level. So let's say I was Brett, the agent, and I'm buying, and I decide to, buy some ads, dollars per day through Facebook. One of the ways you can get them in here is using what's called the Zapier key. Everyone has one. Think of this as a connector between two software products. That's really what it is. So in this example, it's Facebook lead ads. So you get a new lead. This thing is going to zap it over to the BoldTrail platform, and then BoldTrail can do what it does, attach the campaigns or driving them to the website and, all the follow-up options you have. Now, there are other ways to do that because this isn't all-inclusive necessarily of every lead source. This is one way to do it. You'll see there's a Zillow one specific for Zillow. And then this email method, I'm over here on the right, which this is every other method, basically. If Zapier doesn't work. What this means is if you get notified of an email, or excuse me, a lead by email, we have a way to get it into BoldTrail. So it's like, hey, Brett, you got a new lead. If you get that from your lead source, we can get it in using this other method. So Zapier, Zap. It's not owned by Inside Real Estate. This is a product, of technology we work with. So if I went to Zapier.com, as I am here right now, and I wanted to see, well, I have this app, does it work with them? Just give it a search. So for example, if I put in the Facebook here, it's going to say, okay, these are the things that we integrate with. Lead ads, pages, conversions, messenger, custom audience, etc. If it was something like MailChimp, I know that's one of them. Which, by the way, your email editor is every bit as good as theirs that you have already built in our advanced editor. But you get the idea? So if that being the case, you follow the steps. It's pretty easy to do. Support will help you kind of connect the two. They talk to each other. That's really what, hopefully that kind of helps what options you have should you want to get. It doesn't have to be leads. I've seen people do it with Mojo Dialer. People have connected other CRMs, which I don't necessarily agree with, but that's okay. The beauty of this is you do it how you think it makes best sense for you. So hopefully that helps. If we can go deeper, we can on how it is actually with you, Vix. And I just didn't want to see what get in behind the scenes there. But there's a high level of what's going on. And I will also say when you're in your contacts, the way the system's set up, I should, at least if I'm a leader, administrator, I can then search by source, whether it be Property Boost or there's Facebook seller lead I see here, that are coming in to various people. So I can search by hashtag or source to see where it came from. So makes it easy for everybody, hopefully. Lead engine, let's do it now. Where are we on time? We're doing perfect. Where we're going to start is to build our own squeeze page. And before I do that, and don't let me push this off. If someone else is dying out there, let me know of a further discussion on that. But we do have a bit to cover if you want to learn how to do it, because my hope would be that you're going to try this today. If not right now, soon just go try it, see what happens. Get the ball rolling. Tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your friends, kind of their friends, kind of thing. So one article to help you in this strategy, Liz, what's your property search of the day? You tell me. This is an easy guide. So think of it as this first one, for example, property search of the day, area, put yours in. Home, starter homes with 3+ bedrooms priced under 300K. If the price, doesn't reflect your market, well, then put in the right price. So here in San Diego, I would say property search of the day, San Diego starter homes with 3+ bedrooms priced under 800,000, 750,000, something like that. Luxury area condos. Today's featured property search, waterfront homes in San Diego. San Diego newly built homes for sale, price from, no, that doesn't exist. 500 to 1.5 million. See the complete current list now. Get the idea? So we can do an infinite type of these. Today it's just listed. Tomorrow it's open houses. The day after that it's fixer-uppers. The day after that it's reduced. I recommend to start with those be your first 7, just to get comfortable with it. There is a course you can take. It's self-paced here. It doesn't have a live coach, but just talks about best practices when posting to social media, how easy this can be for you. More specific you can be, the better. Click here for all just listed homes in Boston. Click here for the 5 most interesting just listed home in Boston under $1 million downtown. very specific. No, the houses might all be the same, truly, of the list, but okay. So if we're thinking about that, let's go back and build ours. So I went to lead engine on the left, main dashboard. I'm going to find the IDX squeeze page. And I'm going to start building. So I'm going to select my domain. So unless you're an administrator, you're just going to see yourself. You're going to select yourself, your website, and you're going to start building. Take a minute. One thing I've learned in software instruction, don't assume that everyone can see exactly where you're at. So just, take a look at the page. I like these a lot because I just don't have to build it again twice. So if I build a list of properties in Boston, and when you do any searching, it'll always be keyword. Don't expect a drop down, I'm saying. Like, where is everything? You'll see there's the city, there's some neighborhoods, South Boston, East Boston, some academies, some schools. You get the idea. There's Boston City area. And you might say, well, what's the difference? It's going to be just how your MLS zones these things and identifies certain properties. So just check it out. You'll get the idea pretty quick. So if I said Boston, okay, I'm going to do this fast, then I'll slow it down. Show me everything that just listed in Boston today. I can generate this quick link. I can copy this link. I check this link, again, on purpose, going fast. And what are my results? Let's do. I'm giving it a test. There are 179 results of just listed properties in Boston. I didn't give it a price range. Sweet. I would then go to Facebook. Now remember, the playbooks was done for you. This one we're doing ourselves. So I would have to paste this link in here. It builds the ad. Well, let me just do this from fresh, actually. Builds the cover photo. There we go. Just randomly pulls from the list. You don't need permission when it's a list of properties. I'm not saying where this address is. I'm just saying here's just listed homes in Boston. So then I would just highlight the link. I'd delete the link, and I would put in property search of the day. See my picks for just listed homes. You get the idea. In wherever your area. So I post, they click. As we have been learning, a squeeze page is just going to direct them here. You do not have a lead yet. They click one, no problem. You still don't have a lead. They click twice, lead capture. As we learned, your smart number, if you want, will call you. You're getting texted, you're getting email. Since you've downloaded the mobile app, you're going to get notified through the mobile app that you just got a new lead, and off we go. There's one strategy. So every day, and not just Facebook. So you're going to do this. It'd be as simple as, okay, first I'm going to go to Facebook, and I'll slow it down. I would generate the link, identify the source as Facebook, post to Facebook. Okay, now I'm going to do a quick one to LinkedIn. I would update the source, regenerate the link, copy the link, open up Facebook, paste her in. Next, Instagram, and not Instagram, that one, unfortunately not. But then I would go Twitter. You see what I mean? And you might say, well, why do I have to do that? Well, you don't have to, but don't you want to know where your lead came from when you get it so we can keep getting more of that? Just thoughts. Okay, up at the top left, I have 4 different types of squeeze pages I can build. Okay, this is a multi-property list, my example. You have many, but not all keyword options like fixer-uppers, new construction, open house, golf course, pool, waterfront, reduced. You get the idea. No HOAs, garages, fireplaces, price ranges, all that good stuff. Single property, which is kind of the use case for this is lessened only because of our playbooks. But you could do any single property in the MLS where playbooks is only your office listings. So, if you're saying, hey, can I advertise your listing, Mr. or Mrs. Realtor that's not in my office? You could. Seller squeeze, how much is your home worth? Not intended, nor is it meant to be a CMA. You have a tool for that, which we'll be talking about tomorrow, called Present. This is a conversation starter. This is an average based on publicly available data, like a Zillow. Okay. But it does, give them a ballpark, and this is available on your website. I can use this functionality to drive leads through social media. I might come and say, well, in the area of Boston, Again, I'll type for my location, validate, create link, copy link, check link for a post. Let's see. Find out what your Boston home is worth. The average home estimate in Boston is 1.95 mil. Get your home estimate report below. At this point, you still don't have a lead. That's what I want you to understand too. Now I'm going to show you a way you can create a text code to get them here that you will get their phone number if they want to see this, but this one's a little more passive. If they actually do put in their address, well, then they're going to get asked to register, and then you're going to get, their email and most likely their name. So that's the process. So again, I would just take that link, post that link on my Facebook, get rid of that link because the image is clickable, delete, and say, how much is your Boston home worth? And I would say, remember, this is an estimate, and contact me directly for a detailed analysis on the value of your home. Something like that. So they'd click here, they'd come here, they put in their address, you will get it, but if not, then, well, maybe next time, kind of thing. And what happens is if they just found your website, let's say, however, they found it organically, and then they found that sell page and they put it in, you're going to eventually just start getting a lead that is just an address. Now you know where that came from when that happens. And if you have a lead that's just a telephone number, it's because of a text code capture, which we're about to do. Let's see how we're doing out there. Great feedback. I love to hear that because the easiest thing you can do today is just try it. You can't do it wrong. You know what I mean? If you don't get a lead, you don't get a lead. That doesn't mean you should give up. We say, okay, would I click on whatever I'm, putting out there? And if you wouldn't, then it's unlikely anyone else is either. Also, is this easily Googleable, which, as we know, just about everything is. Doesn't mean that we've lost or that we should get discouraged. We should just be aware and pivot. All right. Market report, think of it as a 30-day summary. What else is doing? Probably the easiest way to figure it out instead of me telling you. So I'm going to pick an area. I'm going to generate a link. And I would recommend all of you to do this in your areas and just see it before you do anything. Now you will notice, side note, and then I will promise I slow it down we'll just walk you through, but there's a direct link and there's a short link, a long one and a short one. I've been using the direct one, the long one, and you should too when in doubt. The only time we're going to use this is for the short one, a text code. Text this to get that, and I get your phone number, or Twitter. Everything else, Facebook does not like this format. And as you saw, it doesn't matter because we delete the link anyway after, the cover photo populates. Let's wait till the picture pops up. And the market report, I generated the link. I'm copying this from my clipboard. I'm going to check it so you can see what it is. This one does require email and name to get in there to see it, this data. So I'm just going to go Bold Brett Market. Bold. How do you know that's not valid? Oh, okay. I mean, it's not, but the system will tell you that, but there we go. You can get an idea what it is. So any of these could be used and should be used to give people a reason to go to your website. So here's what a market report's like. Remember, like we learned last time about the automation, that one of the nurturing tools we have is a market report sent in email format. Now, this is available on your website to everyone, but I can use it as a tool to capture as well. So, market average sold list, new on market, total, up and down, square foot type of data. So it's good stuff. So let's build one. Let's combine all three. Here we go. I'm going to do a seller squeeze because I know without a doubt, if I was to ask everyone here, I mean, nothing personal against buyers, but we all know the deal. I've had many more buyers than I've had listings, but the listing was it was a wonderful thing. So I'm going to do a seller squeeze. So I'm in Lead Engine. I went to IDX squeeze page. I'm finding seller squeeze, and I'm going to configure the page. Again, not required, but recommended wherever you are posting to. If you want to know where it came from, you're going to have to put this in because if you don't, it's not going to magically know. Now, to Vixen's point earlier, or question about the Zapier and the Facebook lead ads, when that happens, the source is being identified for you. It would say Facebook, or if it was Google, it would have said Google or Zillow or whatever. Excuse me. So when we're doing it ourselves, you got to tell it. And I have had the question, and it's a fair, well, can I just put Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter all in one source? You could, but then where did it come from? Hashtags, you've been hearing me crying about it the whole time. It's how you do your labels. It's how you create your own categories, stages, whatever you want to call it. When we do lead gen, this can help us kind of pre-label any lead that comes in. You get a lead, you're like, what are they interested in? I don't know. Well, if this was a how much is my home worth in Boston, maybe I say Boston home worth. No spaces. And now anybody that signed up, I'd know, okay, it came from Facebook. Okay, that was when I did the how much is my Boston home worth? If this would have been, you know, the just listed, I would have probably hashtagged this Boston just listed. If I had a price point, Boston just listed up to 2 mil, etc. No one sees it except you. It's just, again, not required, highly recommended. I picked my location by keyword. Seller squeeze market report data, only one at a time. Multi-property, I could put in 5 cities or a polygon. But for those, you're going to be limited to one at a time. So I generated the link. You saw me check the link. How much is your home worth? This time, let's do a use case for the short link. I mean, that's how easy it is to build. Oh, one couple other things. Upper left, bring your attention, please, right above IDX squeeze page. You'll see a button that says build. And then next to that will be history. So anything you create, I create that multi-property, all homes just listed Boston link. If I gave it a hashtag, or same for the seller, I can quickly reuse it. So you see how much faster your workflow could be over time of posting. Once you built them, I could just pop over here. I'm like, oh, that's my the Homeworth one. I'd copy the link, pop open Facebook, click, post, call to action, next. If you don't, it'll look like this. You'll be like, well, what do I know? It looks like it was a market report for the city of Boston. Okay. Make sense? Love you. So let's do a short or the use case for a short link. So remember, the destination is exactly the same. It's just how it formats an ad is the easiest way to think about it, and then also the character limitations. So now I'm going to copy that short link, the short link for how much is my home worth, not a CMA, in Boston. I'm going to go back to the main dashboard. In Lead Engine, we were just here. We just created that squeeze page. We just copied it to our clipboard. And in fact, if you forgot to copy it, now it's saved. As long as you hit, generate link, I can go back and get it. But let's go do something with it. How much is my home worth? You saw one way. I just opened up Facebook, pasted in the link, wrote a call to action. I don't know what your home looks like. There's the big question mark. You post, they click. That's one process. Let's take the same thing, but now let's make it into a text code. So once I've copied that short link to my clipboard for Boston seller squeeze, and the easy way to remember the squeeze part of it is you're squeezing online traffic towards your website through social media. Squeeze them through, squeeze traffic. We're going to find call and text capture now and put it to use. You can create unlimited text codes. Let's go ahead and get started. It's gonna tell you right here what your agent smart number is. A unique and very rare feature of BoldTrail Pro. Think of it as like the enterprise of our software. It's like the flagship for sure. But you have your own. This number we can use to generate text codes. You can have it call you when a new lead signs up. If a lead calls that number, it redirects back to you. Lots of cool stuff about it. But let's create a text code. Okay. Now this is going to look a little different from yours because I'm logged in as a company administrator, but you're going to at least see your name. I'm not focused on that right now. That's more for Craigslist. We're just going to build one from scratch. Okay. Add new. Right-hand side, green button, add new. Now I want to be clear on this part, folks. I just was singing the praises of hashtags, right? How they help you categorize, organize your leads, and then target and engage because we can target and engage based on hashtag. It's very effective sharing listings and following up, etc. With the custom code, it does not have to be in a hashtag format. In fact, I'm going to recommend you give this a hashtag just to make the distinction when you do get a lead between the squeeze page link and the text code, even though I'm using the squeeze page link in my text code. Because think about it, I got to tell this where to go. Like if I'm saying to you, text Boston home value to my smart number, well, where are they going? How do they get it? What information are they getting? You see what I mean? That link that you just created is where they're going. And if you choose the message option, you'll notice here underneath after I created my code, which is not hashtag, it's regular words, right? Regular spaces and all that good stuff. And it's case insensitive, so don't worry about the big V, big H, or any of that. But if I wanted to share one property, if I had the MLS ID or address, I would just start typing it. It would validate, and then I would say, hey, text 123 Main to this to see this property, but no nice messages. But I could do this. A different technique would be, if I would put that link in that we just created in our squeeze page link, because that's the squeeze page link for Boston seller squeeze. I might say something nice. Thanks for your interest. I would reiterate that, remember, this is just an estimate, not a true valuation. I want to be that clear. I mean, maybe it's unmarked, maybe it's not. You and I, all of us know this, but this is a great opportunity for you to put the present tool. This will be what we're going to use tomorrow. That's why I liked this one as an example. Let's say it worked and it did, and they're like, yeah, actually, I'm interested what you think my home might be worth on current market data. And however you say your stuff, be more than happy to prepare a detailed, which wouldn't take you long at all, analysis. Right there it is, on the value of your home at no cost, or however for these, I definitely treat these more like emails. I'm going to put in my name, and I would also put in my cell phone. Because remember, they're getting it from this other number. Maybe they know you, maybe they don't. If you are calling from your mobile app, you have the option to display your cell or that one. Texting, it's this one. Okay. But just be aware, call me direct. This is, call me direct here or something like that. I would hashtag it, not required. And again, I would say maybe Boston text home value or something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Again, I mean, what I mean that it doesn't matter and how you do it because it's only you see it. You could write, zebra if that made sense to you or something. Then I would hit add. I'm not going to. So then I just created a text code. You text Boston home value to this smart number, and they're going to get this message on their phone, and a tap to click. That's going to bring them right. Oh, not this one. This one. If they put in the next part, you'll have snagged their phone number, their address, and their email. If they go all the way through all three steps, which is, what we're hopeful for. Okay. So let's take it one step further. Final, this is the finale. Now you might say, okay, great. What do I do with it? I mean, I can tell it to you, sure. How about in your email signature? I think this is a great use case. Just want to see all homes for sale in Boston. Text Boston homes. You would create just a squeeze page link for all properties with no prices specified, etc., and you'd get a full list. And just want to see the value of your home, and then I'd create a sell one and drop it in my email signature so everyone's seeing it. They can just text and I'll get your phone number. It's a nice, not sneaky. How about in a blog? You could throw in this in a blog. Oh, hey, just by the way, XYZ about the market right now. And if you just want to know the value of your home, boom. And business cards, sign writers, obviously. How about a landing page? So now we're going to do the final one, the landing page. We're going to build it now. So I'm going to select my domain. That's your website. It should be your name, dot. Select it. And before we do, notice the past landing page option I'm hovering over. Like a squeeze page, I can reuse this. This is that avocado one I showed you earlier. So I can reuse them. I mean, since your website updates, I use it today, tomorrow, next week, next month. This doesn't matter. I mean, to the point, at least whatever your MLS is showing is what it would show. So I'm going to start building. They all start like this. What I mean by that is this is a template. We do have options over in your web and IDX section where you can customize about everything on this page. I'm showing you the easy template-driven way. So when you say, hey, I can't change the color of that button, that's true. But if you go over to the other one, over in website, after you've done this a few times, you can. You can do all of it. So there's 7 different types of these. You have unlimited use of them. You have unlimited custom backgrounds. You can pick, you can upload your own backgrounds depending on what we're doing here. You know, if I'm doing a home value, I kind of like that one. This is just template stuff. So it's just, okay, what do you want to put in there? I would, right? And then these bullets are just meant to be placeholders, and I would say again, this is just an estimate. I'll be very clear on that. And I would say, detailed report available upon request. You know, valuation report available by request. And if you don't have to fill these. I don't want you when you're building these things. Well, I don't know what to say on the fourth one. Well, just delete it if you said what you want to say. And if you want it back, then just start over. Go back over here, reload. You can, as many as you want. Let's build it. I'm going to make this one as simple as possible. I'm going to encourage you to explore and try all the different variations. I'm just going to do a text one for us today. In the upper left, everybody eyeballs upper left, you'll notice there's a light theme, dark theme, depending on your background. You can, maybe this looks better this way or that way. You click the drop down for lead gen, and these are the 7 different landing page templates that you can use. And again, all of these are fully customizable over in the website section. But we're not going there right now. Keeping this simple. This is template driven. You can change most stuff here, but not all, as I mentioned. So what we're going to do is pick a template, work our way left to right, fill this out best we can, save it, post it. We can use it forever. I'm going to show you a couple of them. I could upload, for example, a YouTube video with email and phone capture. Say, hey, how's it going? Super easy to do. Yes, you got to create your own YouTube video and you need to upload it there, but once you do, it's easy to put here. Just regular old email and phone capture. Facebook Messenger chat. We're going to do a text lead. We just created it, right? What's the code? It was Boston home value. Again, don't worry about the caps up or down. I picked my background. I put in just typed in that one that we just created. So that when they type Boston home value to my smart number, they're going to get that message we just created over here. Where am I? Sorry, I lost. There it is. So if I don't see any typos, looks good. I'm going to go for the save. Fine print just says can't edit it, but you can use it forever. I could post it every day if I wanted. In the upper left, you're going to love this. Upper left, everybody up there? So I've saved it. All the fields disappeared because now I've saved it to use, and now I'm ready to auto post. So all I do is click on that little green share button. Look what happened. It expands Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Click it again, they disappear. Click it again, there they are. I click Facebook, builds an ad. You saw it. Put in, call to action. And remember, when you do the ad here, understand that little call to action I wrote on it is not on the ad. You'll see it below that. So you could repeat yourself up here, but just be aware, on what you want to put up here. So like I said before, ultimately, they're going to still end up here, whoops, to how much is your home worth. But how you get there, sorry, where is it? There it is. So yeah, it's still different. Now I get your phone number immediately before you get to see that. So it's another way to do the same thing. I'm going to stop right there, folks. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Let me see if there's any questions I can address. Oh, great. Oh, good feedback I'm seeing in the chat. That makes me warm and fuzzy. Because that's the way we make a difference. Here's this, I love to throw out statistics. Here's one to think about on how much is enough in terms of visibility nowadays. On average, what my marketing team tells us here at the company is you need about 1,000 views to get about 10 to 12 leads. I talked to this lady yesterday, or actually the day before, professional, said that she was paying $400 a month through Zillow, and she got 4 leads last month. $400. That means that was $100 a lead. And she hadn't spoken any of them yet. And I'm just saying, it's fierce out there. So the more you do, and just think about that and just be creative and just post as much as you can, interesting content that you would be interested in clicking on somehow. So hopefully that helps. That's helpful. Thank you all for your kind participation. This is recorded. I will send it to you and downloaded version as well. And Vixen and leadership, if you want me to put this into the system, meaning I could put it in this little announcements up top here so that all agents could access 1, 2, and 3 right here. If you want, let me know. Easy enough to do. Everyone, I appreciate you. And I'll be seeing you tomorrow. And tomorrow it looks like we're talking about the premium tools. Love it. And this one's going to be a little earlier. Nope, same time. I'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, everyone. Let me see if I missed anything. Thank you. Outstanding. I heard you. Thanks, Angie. Thanks, team. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon. Have a good day. Let me know if you need anything.